This is unreal.
The weather, an uncontrollable force, giving us life and taking it away. As our planet heats up, the weather is getting more extreme.
Guys, we've got cars floating again.
More terrifying.
Avalanche!
And even more catastrophic.
If you're the praying type, please just pray for us, because this is really scary.
With incredible self-shot footage.
I thought Titanic came into my head.
From the front line of fear.
The biggest challenge we have is going against Mother Nature.
It's an extremely challenging environment.
We witness firsthand.
What I was feeling was burning from inside out.
The wrath of Mother Nature.
I was saying everything's going to be okay, even though in my head I knew that was a lie.
I'm getting out of here.
It's like your brain doesn't understand what you're seeing.
From twisted tales of terror.
I don't want to die in my store.
Death was right around the corner.
Earth-shattering natural disasters.
It's an earthquake.
You're dicing with danger. If you're on their way, you die.
And stories of sheer destruction.
Oh my God!
It's all gone.
It looks like World War II.
We meet the people who've stared death in the face.
We're not going to get out of this alive.
And survived the full force of the world's deadliest weather.
Really kicking our ass.
Coming up in this episode.
I think I'm in a goddamn tornado.
It's a desperate battle for survival.
This is in the middle of the strait.
As Queensland is besieged by one of the most devastating floods in its history.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get you out of here, okay?
Over here!
A twister tears through Kansas.
Wow, it moved fast.
Turning lives upside down.
It knocked the semi over in the road in front of us!
That's unbelievable, look.
And a destructive hailstorm
This is like an apocalypse, dude.
terrorizes residents in Texas.
It sounded like a brick was being thrown at the roof, and it didn't stop.
Queensland in northeast Australia, a state boasting a tropical climate and around 4,000 miles of stunning coastline. But a prolonged drought is hitting the region, leaving rural areas parched and in desperate need of rain. Feeling the effects of the extreme dry spell is Lucy Tanner, who lives and works on a remote cattle farm.
We were experiencing a 3-year drought. It was quite a tough time as our feed wasn't available. We were feeding extra supplements to the cattle just to keep them alive.
It's February 2019, and a monsoon is developing over Queensland. Strengthened by a low-pressure front, the monsoon unleashes torrential rainfall, which at first is welcomed by residents.
You know, we couldn't be happier to receive rain.
In the city of Townsville, the Ross River Dam is filling up, much to the delight of radio DJ Brady Ellis and presenting partner Crystal.
We're at the Ross River Dam.
Yep.
And the amount of rain here right now is insane. Guess what it's up to?
Go on. Tell us, Crystal, tell us.
97.4%.
When it did start to rain, everyone was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, we're getting a little bit of rain. This is exciting.
It's raining.
What was it, 97.4%?
Correct.
Oh my gosh.
We did like a live video as we were like cheering on the dam as it was filling up, because it had been at about 60% for years. So the fact that it was going up was a massive, massive deal.
Does anyone know where we can get an umbrella in Townsville? I've never even seen one for sale.
We're almost at 100% Townsville.
Yeah.
But the deluge of rain continues with worrying intensity, inundating rivers and the dam.
it just started and it just wouldn't stop. And there were certainly many moments where I was like, wow, this is the heaviest rain I've ever been in my life. And then an hour later, you'd be like, no, this is the heaviest rain I've ever experienced.
Very heavy rain.
As time went on, we did become anxious as to whether it was going to stop. The turning point for the rain was when it started flooding. That's when we started to think we're in trouble here.
With the Ross River Dam at breaking point, officials face a devastating dilemma. Open the gates or risk flooding an even larger area. They open the gates, but in doing so unleash close to 2 million litres of water per second into the already swollen river. And the entire community is directly in the firing line. It's a catastrophe of epic proportions.
That made an enormous amount of water flood straight down the river. Unfortunately, we live pretty close to the river, downstream, and that is when the water started to come into our house.
With the residents besieged, emergency services weighed in with a courageous relief effort. Queensland police officers Luke Southgate and Rob Hansen are two of the first on the scene.
Our main concern is the safety and welfare of people in the properties. And you got a lot of proud and stubborn people out there. They've survived it tough their whole life, and they don't believe they need any help, but they do. And they need drugs and they need food.
Just take your time, mate.
But in these conditions, the rescuers are placing themselves in great peril.
It's not just the water, it's the current. The current was the big one, so the flowing water. So even strong water, even if you go knee deep, if it's a strong current, it's really, really hard to get through.
Yeah.
Swift currents aren't the only concern. The murky waters may be hiding deadly predators.
There's heaps of sightings of crocodiles when the dam gates opened up and when the rivers rose.
And just being in that water, just being in that dirty water up to your chest or up to your waist, you can die of exposure pretty quickly.
With the rescue mission in full flow, there's an emergency call. An elderly man is trapped and at the mercy of the worsening conditions.
And one of his neighbors has actually called up the police and said, look, the water's coming up. This fella is in a wheelchair and there's possibility that he may drown.
Whoa, that's not normal. We're not normally a waterfront property.
Across the submerged city, DJ Brady records a frantic broadcast for his radio station.
Have a look how deep it is. Can you see? My crutch. It's up to my crutch. This is in the middle of the street.
I was wading through water that was sort of up near my chest in some points. The water level just kept coming up and up and up.
Oh God, what's that thing? Everything that I see moving in the water I think's a crocodile, but I think it's just a piece of like a palm leaf.
From the moment of like, wow, that's a lot of rain, that's crazy, to, hey, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble here. It's kind of a weird defining moment. It's just about sort of surviving.
Take it easy. Remember, if it's flooded, forget it, and it will creep up on you. I don't want to scare you, but it certainly crept up on us.
The water is only up to my knees.
Just north of Townsville, resident Roger Goodwin watches in horror as the surging floodwaters ravage his home.
We're inundated. It's just full on air. It's just coming from everywhere.
The water came so quick. Once it reached more than the property, which is about 100 metres, that water was in full flow.
Oh, hell. Yeah, it's gone in the office now, the whole lot. Come to the house, the pool's gone under.
What's going on here? How are we going to deal with this? What am I going to do?
The ute's going to go under any minute now out the front here. Here we go, we've gone under.
Floodwaters are also sweeping into rural areas and surrounding Lucy's cattle farm, leaving her cows exposed and in mortal danger.
We were literally stranded on our own little island. It was pretty scary. We couldn't do anything about it. You know, you were cut off from the world and you were isolated. It was just devastating. And that was when we knew that we were in real trouble, and we had to do what we could to get cattle to high land.
It's also havoc in Brady's home, as his dog Axel bravely strives to stay afloat.
So that couch is up on blocks, still wet. We sandbagged as much as we could, but you just can't stop water from coming in. I was already visualising like having to put the dog out through our upstairs window, and it felt like the flood had beaten us.
Meanwhile, as the potentially fatal floods continue unabated, every second counts in the race to save the stranded elderly man.
So you can imagine 50 or 60 kilometers on either side of the helicopter, completely submerged. You step off the tracks and you got 5 or 6 feet of water. It's basically like an inland sea. There's quite a strong current, so myself and Luke both made our ways toward the house.
How you going?
We saw the house was completely inundated, and the elderly gentleman was in his mobility walker. You can see the water was starting to come up.
My name's Luke, I'm from Richmond Police. We're here to get you out.
It was a time-critical thing because he's elderly, you have to remember, and exposure was a really big thing, and there's a lot of diseases too.
I've got a dog in here. Okay.
And he was shivering and cold. Probably another hour, the water would have come up over his head, and even if it didn't,
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get you out of here, okay?
there's a possibility he could die of exposure.
Later, residents battle to save their homes as Queensland receives 1 year's worth of rain in just 1 week.
Under the house, I had to get upstairs. I couldn't. It's coming up the stairs here.
This is my personal stuff and I'm losing it.
And radio DJ Brady and his dog Axel brave crocodile-infested floodwaters.
We quickly packed a couple of things. We got the dog. It was just insane.
The Midwest of America, home to Tornado Alley, a region prone to some of the world's most deadly and most destructive twisters.
Look at that.
It's a magnet for storm chasers. Among them, husband and wife team Amy and Val Castor.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
We've been chasing together for 20 years or so, even before we got married.
Okay, that rotation's still pretty strong.
It still is?
Our main objective on a chase is to try to keep everybody safe.
Tornado, we got a tornado now.
Working for the local news team, Val and Amy keep others informed of any mounting threats.
This is about a mile east of us right now. A funnel has formed.
We're able to warn them and give them up-to-the-minute reports.
I'm going to pull back and show you guys how that's angled.
It's really become our passion, more so to be able to help save lives.
Look at that, look at that. We just got broken.
But the dangerous task of trying to keep residents safe often puts Val and Amy's own lives at risk.
Yeah, these are golf balls here.
We try to get close, and getting close to it sometimes means that we have to cross the path of it.
There's definitely times when we get scared. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, there's always going to be those unpredictable storms.
It's tornado season, May 2019, and Val and Amy are on a chase which has led them to the town of Mineola in Kansas.
Wow, look at that motion.
We were able to parallel this tornado. We actually could have driven right into it. We were that close to it.
In about 2 minutes, it's going to be right over the highway.
You can tell there's quite a lot of traffic on Highway 54.
As Val tracks the twister, Amy is warning nearby residents of its movements.
Okay, this is 5 miles southwest of Mineola, tracking straight for Mineola. Okay, we have a debris cloud.
Oh, we got a debris cloud now. No, dust debris on the ground. Right there.
The towering tornado gathers strength and begins to rapidly rotate towards the road.
This thing is going to cross the road right in front of us, guys. Right in front of us.
I was so scared for the people that were on the road ahead of us. I could see the headlights. I was really concerned that that tornado would cross and someone might get hit.
Wow, man! It is just right in this field, right over here, right next to us. Good grief.
You could tell in my voice, we're excited.
It's getting stronger. It's 100 yards from us.
Adrenaline is pumping big time.
It's right there.
I know. In those moments, it's like game on.
Over here.
Wow, it moved fast. It became a very chaotic situation because we had circulation to our north, we had just had circulation to our south, but then I saw this massive swirling debris on the right. Up ahead, I could see out of the corner of my eye, I saw the semi-truck.
Oh, it's on the road! It knocked the semi over in the road in front of us!
That's crazy stuff. When you see a semi get knocked over right in front of you, you know, that tornado's strong.
It just now knocked the semi over. Well, I gotta check on this driver here, guys.
Okay.
All right, we're getting tornado winds now. Hold on.
With no time to waste, Val leaves the safety of his vehicle, putting himself directly in the danger zone.
He could be laying there bleeding. He could have gotten pinned under something. I had no clue what I was going to find.
Oh my goodness.
In the middle of tornado season, similar incidents happen all across the US. On a highway in Tennessee, this queue of traffic is also at the heart of a wild weather danger zone.
Oh my God!
And a 10-ton truck is no match for Mother Nature.
Are you okay, dude? Get out, hey!
Miraculously, this jackknifing juggernaut didn't injure the crumpled car's driver, and everyone involved escaped unscathed. In Minnesota,
yeah, this is pretty intense right here.
this startled driver is treacherously trapped in the middle of a vicious storm.
I think I'm in a goddamn tornado. Oh my God, this is terrifying.
But it's going to get worse before it gets better.
The power lines are going down. This has got to pass soon. This has got to be done soon. Oh, all right, it's lightening up now.
The tornado passes, and the driver is left to contemplate his ordeal in a state of disbelief.
I think I just went to a tornado.
Across the state of Arizona, so-called dust devils can flare up at any time.
It's actually moving toward me.
It may look spectacular, but this driver is about to learn that toying with Mother Nature might not be the best idea.
Coming toward me. What the heck?
A short while later, there's proof that he was right to beat a hasty retreat.
That's where I was parked at.
And with another plot twist, the twister shows no signs of abating.
He's literally following me.
Oh, it's on the road! It knocked the semi over in the road in front of us!
Back in Kansas, storm chasers Val and Amy Castor have stopped to help the driver of a semi-truck that has been flipped by a powerful tornado.
Val's checking on this driver just to make sure he's okay.
We were the very first people on the scene.
Okay, there's the tornado.
I ran up to the glass and I looked in. He was hanging sideways, still strapped in with his seatbelt. He kind of had a really, really dazed look on his face, almost like he had just seen a ghost or something.
The semi just ran smack right into that tornado, and there's a lot of people trying to help him out right now.
He had gotten out a small pocket knife and he started sawing on the seat belt, and he cut the seat belt. And when he did, he fell down.
We've got emergency help coming as we speak.
And at that point, a couple of more people had driven up. The fire truck or the emergency responders took over, and then we left.
Seatbelt safety.
Wow.
Look at that tornado.
Val and Amy carry on with their chase.
Then it was catch-up time.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
If you live a mile north of Mineola, this could get very, very near you.
But the monster tornado is now advancing towards its next victim.
Wow.
Look at that. It's right in front of us. Boy, it's moving faster than you think. It's going right through a house.
Oh, no.
Right through a house. Look at that. Look at the debris. Oh, my gosh. It just hit this house.
The second that tornado touched that house, kaboom.
Val and Amy can only watch in horror as the tornado makes a direct hit on the farmhouse.
Debris went everywhere. Pieces of that house were just flying all over the place.
Large chunks of the roof, pieces of tin from the barns, whole trees just swirling through the air. Oh my goodness.
Let's go check on them.
Once again, Val and Amy are first on the scene.
I just remember feeling so scared. Sounder siren. That's hard for us as storm chasers because, we can give the warnings out, but we can't stop what's happening. What kind of house?
It's a mobile home, too.
Oh, okay.
I was a little bit worried about it to see what we might find because that house was damaged enough to where there very well could have been people hurt there.
Val frantically approaches the wreckage of the farmhouse.
We started looking around, we started yelling for people. Someone might have been trapped in the debris.
This is the mobile home that was just destroyed. Hopefully they had a storm shelter. There were several barns on the property that are completely destroyed.
Emergency services arrive at the scene with news about the occupants of the house.
They yelled at us and said, everybody's fine, there was nobody here. They left before it even hit. So great news. I mean, we're so happy to hear about that.
It is lifting back up into the cloud.
The Mineola tornado was classified as an EF3, with wind speeds reaching 138 miles per hour.
Oh man, that thing formed rapidly.
It caused severe damage to farmsteads, but fortunately, there were no fatalities.
Saving lives is our priority, and it just makes you feel good when you can actually go out and accomplish what your goal is.
Oh, it's on the road! It knocked a semi over in the road in front of us!
That's one of our most dramatic tornadoes ever. As a storm chaser, it's really exciting to get close to a tornado. That's kind of our goal. On this tornado, we really pushed it right to the limit. It doesn't really get any better than that.
Still to come. Queensland residents are trapped.
Another hour, the water would have come up over his head.
At the mercy of rising floodwaters.
Under the house, I better get upstairs. I couldn't, it's coming up the stairs here.
And destructive winds blow a base jumper dangerously off course.
This is how you die in Iceland.
In the US, hailstorms cause billions of dollars worth of damage each year. This woman in Illinois is at home as a hailstorm hits and starts pounding her window pane. The weather is getting a little too close for comfort. And as the pummeled pane shatters, it showers her with shards. But the only harm done was likely to be a dent in her wallet. In Melbourne, Australia, this scantily clad car owner is prioritising his pride and joy over his own safety. After steeling himself against hailstones the size of golf balls, the persistent pelting eventually proves too much, and his mate steps in to save the day, fully armed against the elements. At least he won't be able to see any damage.
Holy Moses!
When weather worsens, find shelter wherever you can. Like these fairgoers in Alberta, Canada. When a hailstorm hits, they quite literally take cover, cowering under any object they can run with. Plastic chairs provide plenty of portable protection. But it's trestle tables that keep this resourceful family safe from the onslaught. However, not all hailstorms are created equal. On March 24th, 2019, powerful air fronts clashed suddenly in the skies above Frisco, North Texas, creating one of the worst hailstorms the city had ever witnessed. Getting ready to go out are Monica and Marlon.
It was a typical spring day, and it was sunny actually, and we were planning on going to a friend's concert. Right when we opened the door, there was just hail there. It took us by surprise.
That's unbelievable, look!
It was literally out of nowhere. I think the most shocking part of it was the intensity. It felt like the end of the world, basically.
That's the first time that I saw like a huge hailstorm in my life.
I never seen in my life.
There's like 3-4 inches of ice in the street.
At the time, I slowly watched our truck getting hit by the hailstorm, so that slowly broke my heart. We were actually kind of late to go to the concert, so we were actually kind of thankful. We were like, wow, what if we actually left on time? Like, imagine being in a car in the middle of this hailstorm. It was pretty scary.
On the other side of the city, the prospect of being trapped in a car is the harsh reality facing cameraman Chad Hatcher.
When the initial hailstone hit the car, it sounded like a brick was being thrown at the roof. No! The pace picked up, and it was just, you know, it felt like 20, 30, 40 at a time were coming down on the roof and windshield. When fragments of the glass started hitting me in the face, and I was extremely concerned for my own well-being.
This is like an apocalypse, dude.
I was certain that something was going to come through the roof. It was just unpredictable, and it didn't stop.
It's surreal outside. It's like a haze or something.
Felt like we needed to get off that highway. I pulled into a church, and it looked like the church was full. The church parking lot was full. And people were just compressed under this awning and this shelter. There was what seemed to be 30 cars just trying to get out of the storm's path. I felt trapped in the car. I'm claustrophobic by nature.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get caught.
As the hailstorm intensifies, it's battering everything exposed, including the wildlife in Monica and Marlon's garden.
I was the first one who saw the rabbit, and it looked like it was being hurt, and that's what hit me. And I was like, Mom, can you please save him?
It's like a bunch of rocks in your head.
It was hurting you, right?
No, yes. It's not normal. It's a dangerous weather.
I was so worried about the bunny. I was just like, go, please.
She was worried about the bunny, not about me. So, can you imagine?
But the heroic deed proves more challenging than expected.
We tried to chase it, and I think it made it worse because it just kept running deeper into the hail, and I don't think there was any shelter he could find.
And after the storm, there's a poignant reminder of Mother Nature's brutality.
When we found the rabbit the next day, it was dead. But it was really upsetting that we couldn't do more than we did, but we're glad that we tried.
It's really hard to survive in a huge hailstorm like that.
And as Chad surveyed the dented metal that had been his shield, it was just as unsettling.
No them jokers were hard hitting.
Had I got out of the car, I probably would have had some sort of severe head trauma. It was just so intense, and I can just imagine getting hit by 20 to 30 baseballs on the head all at the same time. It's not going to feel good.
I think I can make it home, T. It's going to drive super slow.
An event like this will make me consider watching the weather closely the next time something like this happens.
Earlier, we saw how a destructive monsoon dumped unprecedented rainfall in Queensland, Australia.
It's up to my crutch. This is in the middle of the street.
Leading to a flood that caused widespread catastrophic damage to the area. Police officers Luke and Rob have fought against the conditions to reach a physically impaired man unable to escape his home.
We're here to get you out.
Probably another hour, the water would have come up over his head.
When my partner comes, we'll probably carry you back over to the railway line. We've got a helicopter here ready to take you back into the river.
Luke and Rob proceed with caution and lift the vulnerable victim to safety.
Here we go. I'll give you a hand. Just lean on me.
He didn't have the use of his legs.
Yeah.
And because remember he's sitting in like a wheelchair walker, so he's a lot lower, and the water's rising. So just because of his age, I don't think he had a grasp of the situation. But I was really worried of the fact that he could die of exposure here, or he could drown.
But with powerful currents and crocodiles potentially inches away, every step is fraught with danger.
Initially, I tried to put him on my back.
Down the water.
But the terrifying torrents are hindering the rescue.
Yeah, hold him on.
Luke and myself, we basically had to carry him.
Just roll over on your back, Daddy. I want you, mate.
But we had to deal with the water and the current. It was a really, really big effort.
Perfect. How'd that feel?
Took a long time, probably just half an hour to go 100 meters. And I just remember the bugs and the snakes swimming through the water. And I'm glad I had Luke there, because someone less fit, it would have been very, very hard to do that. Myself and Luke, we got him up into the helicopter, strapped him in. And it was, we were very, very tired by the time we got him up into the helicopter.
There's also some help on hand for Brady as he flees as fast as he can with beloved Dalmatian Axel.
We quickly packed a couple of things. We got the dog, got him to try and swim through our living room, which was a bit unusual, and through the kitchen. And he hopped up on a kayak that the local army team had. We have quite a lot of crocodiles, and when half of our suburb is covered in river water, there was a lot of talk that, hey, there's probably some crocs around here. So we thought it was a good idea for him to be up on the kayak. It was just insane.
There's the backyard. There's the pool. We've got a new pool now.
While the perilous evacuations continue, escape is sadly not an option for shocked Blue Water resident Roger.
My utes gone under the house. I can't even get under the house now. Unbelievable.
I thought, well, I can't go anywhere. What can I do?
Mate, there's the under the house. I better get upstairs. I couldn't. It's coming up the stairs here. Holy bloody hell. Look at this under here, man. She's just...
And I'm thinking no one would have survived trying to swim against it or through it.
What's that up there? 4 stairs up and rising.
The stuff that I've built, I've made, I've purchased. This is my personal stuff and I'm losing it.
In the office under the house, it's gone.
The catastrophe is escalating in the outback as thousands of cattle are perishing at an alarming rate. To prevent further loss of life, Lucy must get food to the endangered herd before they die of starvation.
The hay drops were pretty challenging. From pushing over hay bales and loading them into nets to being dropped on the high land and standing and walking in the mud was probably a bit above your knees, and that was quite physically draining.
Lucy manages to save over 6,000 cows, but ultimately that is scant consolation.
Overall, we lost around 4,000 head of cattle. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see.
The Queensland floods of 2019 were one of the worst in the region's living memory. More than 1,500 homes were destroyed, with over $1 billion worth of damage caused. Tragically, 4 fatalities were reported. Axel the Dalmatian was carried to safety, but Brady's home was left decimated.
When we did pull up at our house, it was just devastation everywhere. It's a very unusual feeling to start shoveling filth out of your living room. Everything that we had just spent so much money and so much time and had so much pride in is gone.
After a couple of days, the emotion set in of how devastating the whole thing had impacted on us, in a sense of like devastation and horrific outcomes for a lot of families in this area. It's just untold. It was tear-jerking stuff.
Eyjafjallajökull, Iceland. Home to the infamous volcano that caused widespread travel chaos in 2010. But while its eruption grounded thousands of frustrated holidaymakers, it only served to inspire professional base jumper Matthias Giraud, aka Super Frenchie.
I don't know why, I just started being obsessed with flying a wingsuit over it. And my rule of thumb is, if you think about something, then you should go and do it.
And so Matthias makes a plan. To jump from a helicopter and harness the wind to fly over the glacier around the active volcano.
And we calculated from here to here, it's only 5 kilometers.
Soar across its crater and land on the lava field beyond.
And we're gonna do the first wingsuit flight off of it. And I'm really excited. We're jumping over a glacier, a volcano that is on top of a mountain.
That wind is strong.
So the main problem in making this jump happen is the weather. Iceland has the second most unpredictable weather in the world.
Keeping a close eye on the conditions are Matthias' support team and friend Zach.
The start of the day, I did have a little bit of fear. We had checked that morning and it seemed like it was going to be a good day. It was beautiful.
With the forecast favourable, Matthias prepares to take the plunge.
I'm about to jump over an active volcano. And even if it's not erupting, if you land in the crater, just the toxic gas will be enough to kill you. I positioned myself to jump. I gave a count with my wing. As I opened my wing, the wind kind of blew me back. And I thought it was the relative wind created by the aircraft flying. I jumped.
The second Matthias jumped out, that's when we could tell instantly that it wasn't calm. There was a lot of wind and it was pushing him further away from his destination than we originally wanted. And I think that's when it all kind of started to go wrong.
The wind gusts are way higher than expected, taking Matthias dangerously off course and away from his intended landing spot.
The wind had picked up from the north at 40 knots. Oh my God, there's a ton of wind. Right there I realized that I was not gonna fly down that canyon. If I tried to commit to the line, most likely I would die landing in a bunch of rocks. This was probably the strongest wind I had ever jumped in. I'm not moving. I am sinking onto the glacier.
Unpredictable winds can strike anytime, anywhere, and can be life-threatening for like-minded thrill-seekers. In Belgium, a paraglider is hit by turbulence at the worst possible moment. As his chute gets caught in a twist, panic sets in. His screams of pain speak volumes, but luckily, he lives to tell the tale. This first-time flyer in California is getting to grips with the basics, whilst being coached over the radio.
Again, I want you to watch your penetration. See, you're not flying forward very fast. You're stuck on a high wind band, right?
But he soon learns about the power of the wind the hard way.
have to brake, fly towards me, otherwise you're gonna end up in the bushes. Let it fly, let it fly. Ready?
Well, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
In Brazil, this helmet cam captures the frightening descent of a skydiver on a collision course with the town below, due to an unexpected change in wind direction. Crash landing at such a pace, it's a miracle he escapes significant injury. And it serves to show how dangerous it can be when you put your life in the hands of Mother Nature. Back in Iceland, base jumper Matthias is soaring over a glacier, but he's losing altitude fast as deadly winds are sending him plummeting towards the ground.
Like somebody was holding a super powered fan against me, or pretty much like I was trying to fly against a a jet engine. Not really going anywhere.
No longer able to fly over the volcano, all he can hope for now is a safe landing, without crashing into the crater's rim or the rocky landscape below.
It was just this invisible hand of God just putting me back in my place.
Matthias has no choice but to open his parachute early.
I had to pull my parachute as soon as I could and try to land on the glacier. It was an incredibly brutal parachute opening, since I was opening in full flight into a full headwind. It was like a head-on collision. You almost like act as a kite, and you're just a puppet on string at this time. And managed to land on the flat part of the glacier, but the wind is so strong that it's just dragging me across the ice and across the rocks. But right there it hit me. I'm like, oh God, my radio is dead, my smoke canister is dead. I'm stranded on the glacier. It's about -20 degrees Celsius. This is how you die in Iceland.
Things go from bad to worse, as Matthias's white wingsuit, which was originally intended to help his crew spot him against the black lava fields, is now acting as camouflage.
I have a white parachute, a white wingsuit on. Nobody's gonna see me. I was just gonna blend in to this white emptiness.
As Matthias merges with the snow, it's almost impossible for his team to spot him.
Of course, your mind is just going through all the things that could be happening to your friend, or what they could be dealing with at the time. You know, are they suffering? Are they in pain? Have they gotten hurt? I was feeling like this was going to be like a body recovery mission, not a rescue mission, which is very hard to swallow.
Panic is mounting for Matthias as his support crew fail to realize they're flying directly above him.
And I'm waving my arms so they can see, hopefully, something moving, maybe just a little speck. They were just flying right past me, and they couldn't see me. I have to start moving, because otherwise I'm going to be stranded on this glacier overnight, and that would mean freezing to death.
With the situation growing increasingly desperate, time is running out.
After nearly 2 hours of searching, we were almost out of fuel, and we had searched everywhere, and we were on our very last pass, about to head back. This mission is over, and Matthias he's gone. That's it.
But against the odds, there's suddenly a glimmer of hope.
I turned around, I looked out the window, and I saw this like quick little flash.
And what Zach saw was the reflection of the sun in my goggles. I wasn't even doing it on purpose. Somehow I was just looking at the helicopter and probably moving my head, and with the sun pounding on that golden lens, it made a little light signal. My goggles saved me. I just realized right there, like, yeah, I'm gonna live. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, they actually found me.
Like, make sure you got me. All right, good jump though, right?
I was in 100% shock. I just could not believe that somebody could have gone through something like that and just been totally fine.
It's gnarly out there. Welcome to Iceland. I got the bang.
No injury was sustained, and it ended up being a happy ending.
And Matthias was determined not to let the experience stop him doing what he does best. But now that he's diced with death, Matthias has a newfound respect for the power of the elements.
You don't mess with the weather. But if we don't listen to nature, we'll definitely be put back in our places.
When Mother Nature turns nasty, it takes a real hero to stand up to her. In Montreal, Canada, this caped crusader has swapped battling the bad guys for waging a one-man war against the weather. In a scene that could have been set by Mr. Freeze, snow has engulfed this man's car. But somewhere in Batman's utility belt, there's room for a shovel, which enables this dynamic duo to free the trapped motor. Take that, villainous snowdrifts! Elsewhere in Canada, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a have-a-go hero trying to harness the power of a blizzard to fly. It's perhaps just as well that his secret identity remains intact, as he goes from hero to zero in one fell swoop. In Boston, in the US, this burly ice maiden is trying to rescue a police van stuck in a snowbank.
Come on, Elsa. Let him go.
Dressed as heroine Elsa, she's more like a Wonder Woman as she battles with the dastardly wedged wheels.
The hero we didn't deserve.
It's a classic Disney ending, as good overcomes evil. And she even has time to salute her adoring, if somewhat stunned, fans.
He's gonna stop and
In this episode, we've seen Mother Nature go full throttle. We've seen her whip up, wipe out,
unbelievable,
and wreak havoc.
It knocked the semi over in the road in front of us.
And next time, there will be more.
It's actually moving toward me.
Because deadly weather stops for no one.